Hello, this is Alamgir Ahmed and my student ID is 190666910. As a part of MSc International Business Program of University of Hertfordshire, I am presenting my research project which is titled as An Investigation into the Expansion Strategy in a Foreign Country, India for ASDA. My research project supervisor was Ms. Olabumni Idmu. Let's move to the next slide. Here is the presentation outline showing all the contents that are going to be present one by one. Let's start with the introduction of the research in the next slide. The concerning company in this study is Asda Store Limited, which is British supermarket chain. It is the second biggest supermarket chain in the United Kingdom. The company has capabilities and competences to explore foreign market. The company intends to explore the Indian market through its supermarket chain. The study aims to explore the internal and external business environment for Asda and examine the attractiveness of target market and also evaluate the market entry strategy available to the company. Moving to the slide number 4 to show the research questions. There are 4 research questions in this study. Number 1. What strategies are available to Asda for foreign business expansion? Number 2. What are the opportunities and threats of external factor in the Indian market? Number 3. Is Asda capable of expanding the target market? And lastly, number 4. Which routes will be used by Asda to enter into the market? Based on this research question, the developed research objectives are shown in the next slides. Moving forward. There are 4 research objectives as well. Number 1, to evaluate the choice of chosen market India for expansion. Number 2, to determine the strategies that are available to Asda for entering the target market. Number 3, to determine the attractiveness of target market by evaluating key external factor. And lastly, number 4, to provide recommendation for Asda to adopt a strategy that will help the company to become competent to enter new market. Now let's see how this research is done, meaning the methodology of the research and the flow of the analysis. Moving forward to the next slide. The qualitative research approach has been considered for this study as it intends to outline the internal capacity of Asda and explore the situation of its external environment. The induction research reasoning is used so as to draw conclusion from the analysis of observation regarding Asda's internal and external environment. Data collection is solely based on secondary source from books, journal, annual reports, Asda's website, newspaper articles, government records, etc. This secondary data has been used for internal and external environment analysis of Asda, market analysis and industry analysis. Let's see flow of the analysis. Firstly, the SWOT analysis and McKinsey 7S framework has been analyzed to determine Asda's internal capacities. Secondly, the Pistol and Porter 5 forces model has been analyzed to determine the attractiveness of target market India. In order to determine the growth potential in the target market, the industry life cycle has been assessed. With the extensive capacities and resources, Asda has expanded across the UK. It has expanded in 633 locations, which determines its capacity to explore the global market. However, the slide shows the finding from the SWOT analysis of Asda. The slide shows the McKinsey 7S framework, which comprises 7 internal factors of Asda that determine internal capacities and structural infrastructure of company. Shared value. Asda is considered one of the most value-led companies in the UK for its principles and values. The leaders of the company encourage transparency, honesty, accountability, and openness across the organization. The company holds 4 beliefs such as: Number 1, respect for individuals. Number 2, strive for excellence. Number 3, service to customer. Number 4, act with integrity. Structure. Asda has a hierarchical structure of different level of authority and chains of command across the organization. It has one board of directors and the CEO, Rugal Burnley, leads the board. Asda also follows TEL organizational structure where the chain of commands is maintained. The major decisions are made by a higher level of management and passed through top to bottom. Strategy. Asda has constructed its growth strategy with the combination of its expansion plan with physical and online store. Its strategy is to serve its customer food and non-food product at minimum prices while maintaining the quality. Asda's marketing strategy is to use social media campaigning, innovation and unlimited communication to reach maximum customers. System. Asda opts to create a customer value proposition by offering customer service through a 24-hour operating system. It has 2,500 global e-commerce teams in its new operating system that helps the company trace and assess the issue in the e-commerce website. The e-commerce team makes the website more efficient and faster than before to improve customer experience. Style. The leaders of Asda adopt a combination of autocratic and democratic leadership approach in the hierarchy of the organization. Employees are highly encouraged to participate in innovation and constructive works. The leaders encourage all the employees and executive to collaborate with others at the workplace. Staff. The company has 1,45,000 employees across the locations worldwide. Its employees are called colleagues for their dedication to the company. The company has been recognized as the best company in the UK to offer a sound workplace to its employees. Skills. Asda offers a workplace to employee for learning and development through training and experiencing. The workforce is highly skilled and experienced. The HR department of the company has chosen TRS to offer sector specific apprenticeship training to the employees. Moving to the next slide. The growth opportunities of retail industry in India are highly influenced by different external business environmental factors. The slide shows the findings from Pistel Analysis of India. The political environment of India poses potential growth opportunities for foreign investors. The government has reduced restriction in foreign direct investors. As of 2022, the GDP growth rate is estimated at 8.7%, which indicate economic growth of the country. Although the country has diversified culture, the labor market growth and economics growth will be beneficial for Asda. However, the company will be required to follow the legal standard and environmental laws while operating the market. Moving to the next slide to show the finding from Porter's 5 forces analysis. As one of the largest consumer market in the world, the Indian market attracts suppliers and retailers which increase the competition in the retail industry. The 5 forces of Porter model has been analyzed to determine the competitiveness of retail industry. India is one of the largest consumer market with numerous suppliers, consumers and competitors in the retail industry. As the market is attractiveness, new entries and existing competitors make the competition fierce. However, there are many barriers for new entrants which can pose an opportunity for Asda as it can leverage its capacity and capability. The suppliers of consumer products are numerous and therefore Asda can gain bargaining power over the suppliers. However, Asda needs to differentiate its products for others to attract the customer as customers in the retail industry are in a strong position in bargaining. It can tackle the rivalry of the competitors through the development of strategic alliance or acquisition. Now moving to the next slide. Finding from the industry life cycle analysis depict that the overall supermarket industry is at the maturity stage in the industry life cycle. Traditional retail shops are reforming rapidly to the model. The electronic payment system (EPS) and new payment system are at the introduction stage which are yet required to be recognized. The e-commerce sectors in the Indian market is blooming and more companies are engaged in e-commerce business. Asda can grow in the market through its online sales. The conventional model of bricks and mortar shops are at decline stage as such as retail shops are changing their business model to meet the changes requirements of market. Asda Stores has great potential in the industry with the physical and online model. Now moving to the next slide. In this slide, 7 pillars of marketing mix strategy explains Asda's marketing capability of expand into Indian market. Asda has capability and strategy to market its product and service in the market. Asda sells more than 35,000 products and service includes foods and non-foods products. The company delivered a low price agenda by selling its product at lower price than its competitors. It sells through its physical and online stores. The company uses omni-channel marketing strategy to promote its brand. It also markets and promotes its product and brand through TV channel, newspaper and social media platform. Asda has a large workforce consisting of 145,000 employees, management teams, marketing teams, suppliers, and more. It gathers products from different sources and stores in its physical stores and 25 depots. Its logo, website, and store brochure etc. provides its physical existence. Moving to the next slides. Porter's generic strategies comprises three strategies available for the company to obtain competitive advantage in the competitive market. Let's see the generic strategies applied by Asda. Cost leadership strategy. The main strategy of Asda is to sell food and non-food product at lower price than the existing competitors. It gains cost advantage by developing relationship with local suppliers of food product. The e-commerce sales enable Asda to gain economic of sales by reducing cost of physical stores. Differentiation strategy. The company also adopt differentiation strategy to build competitive landscape in the market. Asda growth its market share in India through its online sales and home delivery service. It allows the company to grow a competitive edge. Asda also differentiates its marketing strategy by adopting social media marketing, community support, self-payment service, and off-store events. Focus strategy. Asda strategy is focused on low prices agenda while differentiating its service. The company focus on catering the demand of niche market segment by adopting a low pricing strategy. It allows the company to increase customer loyalty. Moving to the next slide. The slides outline the pros and cons of the available market entry method. As the internal infrastructure, structure, strategy, and resource pose capability of the company to expand into Indian market. The company can easily enter into target market through acquisition and creating a joint voucher with existing supermarket chain in the market. Primarily, it can acquire or purchase most of the stock of an existing retail business in the market. Acquisition will help the company to reduce the barrier while entering the market. KED 2021. Although there is a possibility of mismatching the organization culture of the company, Asda can use resource, experts, talent, and distribution channel of the local company. The company also create a partnership or joint venture with the local supermarket chain to enter into the market. Though the strategy Asda can be able to share risks and cost while gaining a competitive edges. Its main benefit is that it has a limitation lifespan for the business agreement. Already 2021. There can be imbalance in the resource, assets, capabilities, expertise, etc. among the ventures. However, while entering into the Indian market, Asda needs to consider the several legal issues and laws such as FDI laws, taxation laws, guideline of RBI and SEBI. Those laws should be followed while acquiring a local company in the target market. Others should sign a Memorandum of Understanding MOU with the local partner while creating a joint venture. Moving to the next slide. The slide shows the concluding part of the finding and discussion made earlier. The study has analyzed the internal and external business environmental factor for Asda to aid its expansion strategy. As a leading company, Asda has extensive capability and resource that enable it to explore the target market. The company has expertise and experience in the supermarket industry which enable itself to drive international expansion. The political stability, economic growth, and socio-cultural strength of India pose a favorable market strategy for Asda. However, Asda must consider the environmental laws and regulation while operating the market. Asda can have higher bargaining power over the suppliers. However, the bargaining power of the buyer in the country is relatively high. Asda can capture the target customer through the implementation of low price strategy. The industry overall poses favorable next to supermarket giant, as there are many barriers to entry to the target market, as they can acquire the existing local supermarket chain to gain tax substitute and reduce entry barrier. The company can also create a new venture with a suitable partner in the target market to have shared risks, investment, profit and losses. Thus, the company can successfully enter the target market. Moving to the next slide. Asda will have to face numerous barriers and challenges while expanding its into target market. The company can adopt the following strategy while implements its expansion strategy. Asda need to implement a vertical integrate supply chain approach to build relationship with a local supply of fresh food to obtain quality product. As the customer in India are price sensitive while buying grocery, Asda should implement a cost leadership approach and a low pricing strategy to gain customer satisfaction. It can also offer promotional discounts such as discount on price, buy one get one offer or voucher to attract the target customer. Asda need to improve its customer service in differentiate its service from other competitors. It can implement customer service assistance in the store that will assist the customer. As there are barrier to enter the Indian market, Asda can create a joint venture with a existing supermarket chain which will allow it to minimize the entry barrier. It can also have easy access to be distribute network and marketing channel of the venture. The company can also use social media platform to create brand awareness among the Indian customer. Marketing campaign can be arranged to increase customer engagement with the brand. The study conducted has some limitations which are worth mentioning. Firstly, the study is solely based on secondary source for which the data gathers sometimes lack relevancy. Secondly, the information gathered from public document can be biased by the author of it and can be misleading for the readers and user of the information. Thirdly, the data source were not able to checked of the authority. Fourthly, the significant amount of information are based on the past event and seemingly old for the such as study the dynamic business world where the situation change every day. Fourthly, the details analysis was not possible and internal information were inaccessible for the researcher. Lastly, due to have not access to so many database, the study lacks accurate information. Moving to the next session of the presentation. Here are some of the references that were useful for the competition of the study. The reference listed here are developed by maintaining Harvard referencing style and organized alphabetically. This has concluded my presentation of the research project. Now I will reflect my engagement of the study and show what I have learned through the journey. Now I have to mention how my learning has advanced through the research journey. I would firstly mention my improved academic writing skill. I had to spend a lot of time on tutorial available on YouTube to learn academic and critical writing, which I tried my best apply in my writing. Secondly, as an introvert person, I can see my communication skill has been improved. I had to continuously contact my supervisor for consultants issue and seek help for my classmate to take care some of my confusion. Thirdly, problem solving ability has been enabled me number of times to solve research problem. For example, I was facing issue with collecting primary data for my research and went through the nature of my study and consulted with my supervisor who instructed me to consider only secondary data for this study. Then I have to modify the pattern of my study to comply what my supervisor has instructed me to do. Fourthly, in the modification process, I went through almost every research method for which I have deep understand on research methodology. Lastly, I had to apply business theory into the study for which I have got a better view of those theories and are clearance to me now. Moving to the next slide. Combination of components or elements that inform my progress are my increased expertise in several applications that are required to conduct a research, understanding on academic theory and research strategy, and proper time management. I had to work with several Microsoft Office applications during the study, which I practices a lot through tutorials. Though my study is based on secondary analysis, initially I created an online survey questionnaires through Google Form for my study and now can create such questionnaires for my further work. Alongside having knowledge on several research theory, concept, methods, approaches, and techniques informed my progress. Lastly, I have to submit every assignments, taxes, formatting assignment, and documents related to the research project in a timely manner and never exceed the deadline given, and that confirm my time management was proper enough. Moving to the next slide. In my future project, I need to plan more accurately and need to understand the nature of the study at the beginning of planning. With proper understanding of nature of the study, I can decide which research method would be appropriate for the study. Selection of appropriate research method at the very beginning will be definitely smoother any of my future studies. That's all. Thank you so much for entering my presentation. Have a nice day ahead. Thank you.